we're checking out some of the latest and greatest EDC knives to hit the market, and all these knives should be available. While we're getting started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today, and we're going to get the list kicked off with a new release from Vosteed. This is called the Porcupine. Now, I will have all of these knives linked down below in the description, and hopefully they are available when you are watching this. That is subject to change, of course, but as of recording this, these should be all available. The Porcupine here is going to be a huge hit. It is sporting their top liner lock, and that is a lock that is a play off what Spyderco has often done with their compression lock. But in this case, we are using a button here to disengage it. The lock is very dependable, it's strong, and because of the button, it is very easy to get to for left-hand or right-handed people. It is a pretty ambidextrous lock, I would say. I'm not left-handed, but lefties can chime in down in the comments there. I'd say it's pretty ambidextrous, and they are going to give us the option for lefty carry there with this wire clip. So that is a great job there from Vosteed. Nicely centered up there. They have a couple different versions of micarta and coated, uncoated blades. This is a stonewash blade, and it's coming in 14C28N, which is great. We have that nice large choil there. Give us a ton of control over the blade. And we have a large cutout for deployment. And because of that top liner lock and the lock style, you actually have a true detent in there, so you're going to get a very satisfying deployment off that large cutout. Very comfortable, a good size, good materials, and for right around $70, that is going to be a huge hit. The Tenable Fenrir may be one that you don't know is in stock or even exists at all, but Tenable is the sister company to Concept Knives, and they just recently dropped 6 or 7 different versions. Now, the one you see before you can't be picked up, but it's going to be a very similar style as this knife is here. You just won't be able to pick up this color pattern. Going to be looking at 14C28N blade steel, which is perfect there. We have that harpoon drop point style blade and a large choil there, so you can choke up right behind the edge. Very nice, and this is a play off of the Concept Fenrir, which is a more premium style of this knife. We are looking at aluminum here with that kind of faux 2 pattern look here. You have frag aluminum that runs into smooth aluminum here, and we're looking at a standard button plunge lock. Very good action though. Based on it being just a standard button lock, it has pretty solid action. We have a deep carry clip here made out of steel, and it will be reversible. Very good job from Tenable on this design here. Very comfortable and a pretty unique design as well. Now, if you don't know this knife is available, or if you don't know this knife even exists, you can thank me later. This is the CJRB Pyrite Light, but this knife is going to be coming in S90V steel, and not only is it coming in S90V, but the knife right now is $79.99, which is insane. S90V is considered a super steel. It has great edge retention, meaning that edge is going to last a very long time. It's got good stainless properties, and it is pretty tough, especially for a pocket knife like this. We have a nice Wharncliffe blade here, and it has a stonewash finish. Nice large choil and dual thumb studs here. And we are looking at CJRB's button plunge lock, which they do very well. This would make a great slicer, great EDC knife for someone who wants that premium steel, but you're not interested in titanium or anything fancy for the handle material. Looking at FRN, that's been textured, it's contoured. You have a deep carry clip, and it's going to be reversible. So this is kind of no frills down here, but then you have that S90V Super Steel up on the top, which a lot of people just want one or the other. You might be looking for a premium steel, but not the handle, or you might be looking for just a basic steel and you want a premium handle. But the Pyrite Light and S90V definitely takes care of a huge hole in the knife market, in my opinion. A knife right here that hits so far above its weight class, it's insane. This is the Real Steel Pyrex here, and this is a newer model for Real Steel. Came out in 2024, kind of late 2024, and then they put it out in a budget form first. Then came this titanium version in Nitro V for under $100. I think with my code, you can get the knife for like $95. And you have a great size here, nice drop point blade. You have a flat rolling into a top swedge that goes all the way down to the tip there. Stonewashed finish on the Nitro V, and you have a great sharpening choil there. Thumb studs are done very well, very comfortable, placed well, and we're looking at Real Steel's crossbar lock here, which they do very well in my opinion. Good, strong springs in there, and you have very nice action around that pivot. We're looking at titanium handles here that are over an integral frame, which is going to make this knife very, very comfortable. Now, I believe the frame is just going to be steel, but that is perfectly fine because you're going to be getting a very good steel in Nitro V, and then you get the premium quality of titanium, and steel is very strong, very dependable, and I have no problem. That is what you typically will get, or you get that often, but just in this case, it is a single piece, and that makes the knife more comfortable, and it's going to make it stronger than two separate pieces would. We are looking at a deep carry wire pocket clip. It's mounted on the butt end, so it will carry nice and deep, and it is going to be reversible, making this a completely ambidextrous knife, coming in some very good materials under $100. Definitely a great EDC option. So before you start laughing, I'm not talking about this particular version right here, but the Kaiser Mini Grouper has kind of floated in and out of stock lately, and different versions in and out of stock, but there are a couple versions of this knife available right now, and they're going to come in a couple of different steels. This one here is going to be coming in Nitro V, but regardless, you're going to get a nice drop point leaf-shaped blade. You're going to get dual thumb studs and a rear flipper for deployment, and we are looking at a button lock here for our disengagement. They have G10 and other handle materials available as well, along with a deep carry steel rollover clip that is going to be reversible, and this has very, very good action on the open and close. Thumb studs are placed well, comfortable, good size. The Mini Grouper, I think, is a huge sleeper in this price point. This knife right here has been a blast to carry. I'm still actually currently carrying it, and I'm talking about the Trivisa Hornet. And this is a fairly newer offering, and they are running out of stock at the time of recording this, but they will have more here soon, and other versions as well. This particular version, I mean, is going to be out of stock, but there are other versions in stock, and this one will be back. Comes in right around $65, depending on which version you get. They have micarta as well, I believe, for a little bit less than the $65. But you're going to be looking at 14C 28N steel, and you have that nice drop point blade. It is going to be PVD coated here. We have dual thumb studs for the deployment. Nice sharpening choil, very well done. Very good job by Trivisa. This is a testament to how good their budget knives can be. I know it's a very competitive market there at 65, but I am telling you, this easily competes with the Savivis of the world, the Vostids, the Kaisers in that $65 price point. This easily competes. We have aluminum here with G10 that is overlaid and raised. Looks good, feels good. It actually provides some grip. We have a deep carry clip here that's recessed and it's reversible. And we do have a half-length backspacer made out of G10. Very, very good job in my opinion. It is a little bit heavier and wouldn't be considered a lightweight knife by any means, but if you're looking for a little bit harder use knife, something that's a little bit heftier, this would definitely fit the bill. So this next one up I've showed once or twice here recently, and the Vosteed Corgi here, this is a limited run. There's only 500 made, and I think they're going pretty quick. So I'm not trying to make a mad dash for it or anything, but I know there's people out there who are in love with Altum and would be beside themselves if maybe they didn't know the knife existed. So we are looking at a exclusive through CountyCom here, and this is going to be coming in 14C. We have the Stonewash sheepswood blade, textured Altum here, and this is the name brand stuff, I guess. And we do have a titanium collar here with a textured button, titanium filler tab, and this is going to be a deep carry reversible clip. It's a little bit lower mounted, but not too bad at all. And it is going to be recessed into the scales there. We have a matching Altum backspacer with steel liners. Very simple, very clean design, and because of the placement of these flippers, the front and rear flipper, you get a ton of leverage on this thing, no matter how you want to use those flippers, because of how high they are in relation to the pivot. It just works out very, very well, and how it's designed, it just keeps the knife very, very streamlined. If you like symmetry and a very sleek type of knife, the Corgi will definitely fit the bill. So I'm still very heavy on this knife right here, the Artisan Cutlery Revel. This is a huge deal in my opinion. When I said earlier that CJRB is filling a hole in the market, I fully believe that, as well as Artisan here filling another hole, which is some people don't mind having just a regular, basic, easy to sharpen, easy to maintain steel like you're going to get with the RPM 9. No, it's not a super steel. No, it's not going to cut like S90V. But if you're someone who just casually uses their knives on things here and there, and you strap it up once in a great while, the RPM 9 is going to be just fine. If you want to cut 1,000 feet of cardboard, go with something else. But for everyone else who just needs a regular day-to-day carry, this is going to fit the bill very well. The RPM 9, you have Artisan's sand polish finish there. We have dual thumb studs that are oversized. And I actually have the wrong knife out here. So don't hate too hard. I was saying the right materials, but it was the wrong knife, and you can't blame me. I had them both sitting right here, and I just happened to grab the wrong one. Both great knives, but we are talking about the Revel in this case, which is the RPM 9, like I said, and the sand polish. But instead of studs, that's what kind of threw me off, plus the extra large access to the lock bar, which I'll show you here quickly. And they're both good. There's just a lot more on this one, but very similar designs. Different, but similar. One's a Laconico design, and I can't think of off the top of my head who the other one is. Rogers, I believe, but we're looking at titanium handles here with all this micro milling, this texture pattern, and it's encased, looks great. We have kind of this faux bolster look here because of that pattern. Great access to the lock bar with a nice big chamfer. Sharpening choil is not too bad at all. great action. We have a milled titanium clip that is well done. It looks good, it works good, and we have the ability to throw this on there for a left-hand carry. And this knife coming in at 90 bucks is such a fantastic deal. If you're just someone who is looking to get some titanium, because I know what it's like, if you've never experienced titanium, you want to know what it's all about. You want to know the feeling and how the knife sounds and all the things that come along with experiencing your first titanium knife, or if you're just looking for a solid deal. I think this knife, just for under 100 bucks, if you're looking under 100, this is one of the if I was looking, this would be one of the top knives, if not the first knife I would be looking at. I know the RPM 9 isn't the most attractive thing, but it's pretty damn good stuff, in my opinion and in my experience. I think it's a fine steel for just daily cutting tasks. You'll have to let me know. What was your favorite knife from today's list? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. And if you enjoyed the video today and you're not subscribed, click on that G-Ball Vision logo and subscribe. There is a lot more coming. I'd love to have you here. Everyone have a great day. I will catch you on the next one.